Hi, welcome back to BRMC's Healthy Connection with our guest today, Nancy Svella from the Mruk Family Center on Aging. And we've been talking about Medicare from A to Z today. So
Yes, definitely.
Fill us in some more.
Okay. Well, in the last month or two, I've gone for a little more training. We're trying to continuously learn about new things. And one of the big topics this upcoming year is the Senior Medicare Patrol Program, and it's mainly to prevent Medicare fraud and abuse of our resources. And so I found it to be really interesting. Part of the program that we give kind of teaches the senior adult how to read those statements. And I don't know if you've ever seen one, but they can be really confusing how to read them. But the main thing is to educate people about the fraud that occurs out there, and it's kind of like, well, most Social Security numbers are on their Medicare card, you know, so not to be giving out your Medicare number. And a couple of the examples they gave at this training I went to was a group of people were at a program, and the guy gave a talk about arthritis, and at the end they all got this arthritis kit, and he told them, oh, it was free, you know, they just had to have their Medicare number. Yeah. Well, come to find out, the man that did the program charged Medicare $260 for each of these little kits. They had like a rubber band and a few little things in it, and we wouldn't think nothing about it. I never thought nothing about it, you know, and so I found that really interesting. And then another example that they had given was flu shots, I guess a couple years ago, and I don't think it wasn't in Arkansas, but a lady had gotten a flu shot. They told her that the vaccine wasn't good, so she went back and got another one. And when she got her Medicare statement, she noticed that she got charged again. And it was paid, and it was only $9, but she thought, you know, this just isn't right.
Right.
So she called the governmental agency and told them, Medicare, and said, you know, this just doesn't seem right, that you should have to pay for this shot. Well, after their investigation, they went back and found out a lot of these shots had been given, and they recuperated over $1 million.
Oh my goodness!
Just in something so simple like that a lot of people would say, oh, it's only $10. You know, I'm not going to worry about it.
Right.
So those are the kind of things, just to beware if you ever have someone calling you over the phone and saying, you know, well, we're doing a Medicare survey, and, you know, we need your Medicare number now. They might ask you questions and then say, okay, now we just need your Medicare number. Never ever give that number out. Guard it just like you do your Social Security number. So I was really, I found it to be a really interesting program, and it's just something that we're going to be offering this next year to kind of, you know, like I say, teach them how to read those statements and get through all the paperwork.
Now, is this going to be an ongoing program where you're going to have specific times and classes?
We'll probably just do it once or twice next year and be available if someone would like us to come and speak about it. We're also a reporter. I had a lady not too long ago brought me in a card she had got, and she said, this just doesn't sound right to me. And of course right now is people are redoing their Advantage plans or their Medicare Part D, and so I sent it in, and sure enough it wasn't valid. It was someone just trying to take advantage, and it looked real official. It was like, you know, it's Medicare time and this and that, and so it's just we need to make more aware and not let people take advantage of us.
Yeah, and fraud in so many areas, not just seniors. I mean, it just fraud in general. Your banks are always telling you, do not give out personal information, especially your Social Security number.
And I've had even myself, you know, they'd call and it was supposedly a credit card company wanting to verify information, you know, and I told her, I said, she wanted my Social Security number and things, and I said, well, I'm not going to give it to you. I said, you should have it on your screen right there, you know. And sure enough, she did. I mean, she read it to me, but I was like, I just refused to give her that information, you know. And it's so easy they sound so official to get into that. So it's a little bit kind of like identity theft, just to protect yourself.
Yeah,
and
you bet.
even when you're out and about, I mean, they were talking about in the malls, people doing surveys telling you they're from Medicare.
And the sad part is that I was thinking from the hospital's perspective.
Right.
We've got so many wonderful programs that we go out to educate people about stroke, and all these programs that are absolutely legitimate, and we really want to educate people and have them use. But boy, the fraud is just. It
really opened my eyes, and I was just so surprised. I just never would have thought of something like that occurring, and I could see, you're sitting, at a luncheon or something, and you just think, well, gosh, they look official.
Yeah. Well, they've been invited in.
Yeah.
It's part of a program, which is what made me think about the programs that we offer from the hospital.
We do, in the hospital, I think if you know the source, and that's
can
one
trust
thing.
The source, exactly.
Our hospital is so good is the attempt to educate people and try to make them healthier and more aware of their health needs.
And for free.
I know, and that's a big thing, for
that's
free.
That's the big, we do this for free.
So, but I just wanted to kind of mention that out there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great thing, Nancy, to make sure people do understand that fraud can occur. You could be a victim, and here's some ways to protect yourself. So.
And they even talk to, I mean, a lot of it's unintentional. You might be billed twice for something on your thing. Usually that's caught down the road. They said with Medicare, the thing is they have to pay and then go back and look at things, and it takes a while sometimes to look at that. But so it's just a good idea to get in the habit of reviewing all your bills and different things, and just to beware.
Sure.
So I just wanted to mention that today. But anyways.
All right. And you got any other? Now, I know for a fact this is something that by the time this show airs, will be too late, but to get folks to put it on the calendar for next year, and that is every year now the Mruk Family Center on Aging is having a craft and bake sale.
Yes. It has been. We have just had a flurry today of people through there. It's been so much fun.
Yeah.
I have to thank my designing divas. They were so good. They've been working hard, making crafts and different things.
Tell our folks who the designing...
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
that
is a fun group that we started at the Center on Aging, and it's a little bit of socialization, but you're also learning new skills, learning new crafts, and actually it's good for the mind to stimulate and learn new things. And it's led by Pam Fairlam, and each month they meet twice a month, and they get together and work on different craft projects. And they've made everything. They've made wreaths, cards. They've learned water painting, how to paint with watercolors, and it is just really a fun group. We've done dried flower arrangements, and so I encourage the ladies. We do limit the size to that group to about 15 to 20.
Just because of the space available.
It is, yeah. And one time we did it, and we had like 50 ladies show up. And we're like, oh, it was a little crowd.
Okay, we're going to be designing real small today.
So we try to put out a calendar of events, and then they can sign up for what topics they're interested in. But that's so they've done a lot of crafts today. I'd like to thank all the people that brought in baked goods. I mean, we had several. We had pineapple upside down cake, and that was actually baked by a man, by Amos. And I had several men bring in homemade cookies and bakery, and delicious. I mean, I went home. I got to buy banana bread, pineapple upside down cake. I bought cookies. So
I love this time of year.
I do. I was like, oh, good. I won't have to bake for a few days. And so I really just appreciate everyone that donates their time and helps us with that.
You have such an active... We always call these houses because we've talked about many times. We've got the Pikes Cancer Support House, the Rappel Diabetes Learning Center, the Mruk Family Center on Aging, and the Schliemann Center for Women's Health Education. Each one information resource extraordinaire with available to the community. And I mean, I know that we go into various manufacturers around the area and work with their employees for diabetes, for instance, for aging issues
Right.
as well, all sorts of things that were out there. But people need to know about all the fun stuff that goes on, too.
There is,
Yeah.
and you know, you do need to have that mixture once in a
Yeah.
while.
Just like a house. You
Yes.
just come on in and...
That's what it was. I mean, we had the wassail cooking today, and it just smelled so good. And that's the atmosphere we want.
Yeah.
Just, you know, like
Every
being
day.
at home,
Yeah.
enjoying. So, but that was really good. And again, I thank everyone for their help with that, and for everyone to look for that next year.
Sure.
And come and join us.
And one of the ways you can look for that is every week in the Baxter Bulletin and the various papers and on our radio shows, we always have listed all of the activities, the support groups, and what's going on, the events that are going on at all of the houses. And then quarterly, we also send out what they call the Viewpoint. And that will have all of the calendar for about 3 or 4 months on it as well. So,
Right.
yep. So.
And then we're just gearing up for next year. We're in our planning stages.
Oh, we're all doing that, and we're excited about 2012. I think everybody's ready to move on from 2011. So
Yeah, it's been a busy year.
A busy year.
And so we're looking forward to that. So, and we're always looking for ideas too. A lot of our programs come from evaluations with ideas of things they'd like to learn about. So. If anyone has any great ideas for a program, they call me at the Center on Aging, and we can look into that for them.
Right. And we want to go ahead and make sure that anything to do with Medicare that has been mentioned today, how can they reach you, Nancy?
They need to, they can call us at 870-508-3880.
Okay.
Again, the Medicare Savings Program, it is a free program. We're just doing it to help people, to try and improve their life a little bit. And then the Extra Help Program, they're both free programs, and it doesn't cost nothing to sign up for either.
All right, so give that 508-3880. Give them a call, get yourself registered, come in, get yourself educated, and know what's going on with your Medicare. Thanks for joining us today, Nancy. Thank you so much for being here. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Keep eating those desserts. Join us next week on BRMC Healthy Connections.